seemed to take issue with the fact that he may have had special treatment. She asked the state's attorney, why didn't you mention he's never had a valid license? She asked the defendant and the defense attorney, why was he allowed to attend his pre-sentencing investigation within...
Tank, what happened? Why are you in a wheelchair?
Shit happen all the time. Should be happening.
Hey, Mark,
I'm all right.
Wait,
No.
We got that fight coming up.
You gotta beat it, bro.
You got a fight coming up for sure.
He's talking to me, dog.
You gotta beat it, bro.
Bro, Tank's talking to
No,
me.
he ain't talking to you.
He's talking to me right now, dog. Champ's talking.
It all kicked off at the Miami airport. Gervonta Tank Davis caught Jake Paul off guard with a surprise punch, turning heads everywhere. But things didn't stop there. Outside the courthouse, Jake struck back with a clean, open-handed slap right across Tank's face. And that slap, it wasn't just about payback. It set off a rivalry that's now the biggest crossover clash boxing seen in years. Here's how that wild moment set the stage for the hype around Tank versus Jake this November.
Here's the beef between Jake Paul and Gervonta Davis. Gervonta Davis is an amazing boxer who is trained by Floyd Mayweather and has a great record. Jake Paul recently put Gervonta Davis on his hit list and saying he wants to box him soon. Gervonta Davis responded saying, "Jake Paul better leave me alone." Jake Paul responded trolling him and posting this picture calling Gervonta short. He then followed that up by this tweet saying Gervonta is not tall enough to ride the amusement park rides. And lastly, Jake uploaded this tweet of Gervonta jumping into a kiddie pool. It doesn't seem like Gervonta responded to Jake after all this trolling, but the beef is there and I wonder if they will ever fight. Y'all let me know in the comments who you think would win, Gervonta or Jake.
Just a few days ago at Miami International Airport, tensions were already running high. Tank Davis had just cleared customs and was meeting with his legal team about an ongoing federal investigation linked to a recent raid on his mansion in Dubai. That's when Jake Paul suddenly appeared.
How extra nice to get that camera.
What's going on?
What's up, Floyd?
I can have what I
What
want.
you mean with the camera? Oh, you got camera too. So
I
what
can
you
have
supposed, who you
whatever I
supposed to be? I'm just working, fam.
What happened? You're not tough anymore since your loss? What happened since your loss? Yo, we gonna bust him up, guys?
I told you before, put that camera
Yo, let's
down.
bust him up. Where you running, Jay?
Tensions exploded as security failed to keep things under control. What started as shouting quickly turned physical. Tank lunged, security jumped in, but the scene spiraled fast, tearing through the terminal and hitting social media like wildfire. Just days later, both showed up at the courthouse. With cameras rolling and fans crowding around, Tank stepped out of his vehicle. Jake moved in, right up to the barricade. Things were intense. Then, boom, Jake slapped him. Clean. Loud. It said more than any trash talk could. Tank stumbled. The tension hit a whole new level. Security jumped in before things got out of hand again, separating the two before it could explode further. The moment passed. Tank was quickly rushed inside by his team, while Jake was escorted back to his car. But behind closed doors, Tank's camp wasn't staying silent. His legal team kept it brief. No public statements yet, but they made it clear, nothing's off the table.
Can you give us your reaction to the sentence the judge just handed down?
Well, we're not exactly satisfied with a sentence of 90 days home detention. We believe that based on the severity of this incident, it doesn't seem to be much of a penalty to me.
The judge seemed to take issue with the fact that he may have had special treatment.
Rumors are already flying. Some say Tank might take legal action, others think he's ready to speed up the fight with Jake Paul. Because here's the thing, this isn't just a boxing match anymore. It's about proving who's in control. It's personal. Jake Paul might not be the most technical fighter out there, but when it comes to mind games, he's in a league of his own.
Discussions with a lot of names: Gervonta Davis, Anthony Joshua, Badu Jack, Ryan Garcia, KSI, Tommy Fury. So there's a lot of people on the hit list, but Badu Jack excites me a lot, and I definitely want to become world champion. So going after Zerto or Badu sounds like a good game plan to me.
If you had your pick of the litter, in scale of 1, 2, and 3.
First is Gervonta, second is Anthony Joshua, third Canelo.
And today, Jake landed one of his biggest psychological shots yet. But make no mistake, Tank isn't backing off. If anything, today flipped a switch. Inside his camp, sources say he's furious, embarrassed, and more focused than ever. That slap didn't shake him, it motivated him. He's already pushing for a fight date in November.
How about Jake? What do you think of Jake?
Clown.
Yeah.
He's a clown.
Would you look at it as a joke if if your team was like, yo, we want you to fight Jake Paul? Would you be like, come on, man?
I laugh at him. Like, you want me to fight him?
You think it'll ever come to the point where you're going to mix into, I mean, you're obviously doing the real shit, but will it ever mix into the point where the money's big enough
Yeah,
for
would you ever do a fight like that?
I feel as though in my career I can't do that right now.
Tank wants Jake in the ring, and he wants payback. No more Twitter jabs, no more interviews. Just gloves, fists, and settling it all inside the ropes.
Oh, Lord. I'm sorry. I'm just in a silly, goofy mood.
And here's where it gets wild. The fight is officially on. Jake Paul versus Gervonta Davis is locked in for November. And after everything that went down today, the stakes have never been higher.
We know that Gervonta's going to fight Jake Paul in November. And then we'll see what happens if there's an AJ fight. Be interested to go from Gervonta Davis to Anthony Joshua, but I don't think the Chavez fight is terrible. I think it's a smart bit of business.
At first, this looked like just another crossover showdown. Jake taking on a smaller, quicker, top-level boxer in Tank. On paper, a clear size mismatch. But now, it's personal. That slap changed everything, turning what was a money fight into a heated grudge match, and both fighters feel it.
Yeah, no, we're working on it behind the scenes to make that happen, and obviously that's a fight where the fans are going to win, and it's going to be the biggest event of the year.
What weight are we find him at?
We're working on it, but it'd be an exhibition most likely.
Here's the breakdown. Tank is the knockout king at lightweight. Fighting at 135 pounds, he's been steamrolling top fighters like Leo Santa Cruz, Ryan Garcia, and Rolando Romero.
Tank knows better than anyone how suddenly and violently a fight can end. His knockout of Leo Santa Cruz offers a lesson of what not to do against a power puncher.
That definitely was the best knockout. Cause he didn't wake up.
Yeah, he was the only person that didn't know how that fight ended.
Yeah, he felt right there, like damn that out the ring. He just threw the shot 3 times in a row, but it wasn't like on no it wasn't like faint or nothing. He just kept on it like. Why would you throw it 3 times? Yeah. 1, 2.
He's a powerhouse, dangerous with every punch and smart inside the ring.
Who were you gonna call out? What was the plan originally?
I think he was here. He came in my locker room.
Shakur Stevenson?
He wasn't in my locker room.
Jake Paul?
Next question.
Man, god damn, that's not the Gervonta I know.
But facing Jake Paul? That's new ground for Tank. Jake weighs around 200 pounds, has fought heavyweights like Tommy Fury, and even shared the ring with legends like Mike Tyson. He's taller, bigger, and packs power that can knock down much larger opponents.
After Canelo, obviously, didn't materialize, was the next one Tank?
Yeah, I mean, that was on the 1 yard line as well, but he has to rematch, Lamont Roach. He wants to get that back, and then we'll be back in discussions with Mr. Gervonta. But man, this is the nature of boxing. You have massive fights on the 1 yard line and things just fall through.
As you're watching it, he was a gigantic favorite, and this is on the heels of the Canelo thing. Are you like, what the fuck is going on here?
I don't know, though, because I never really thought Tank was that good. It would just take the right fighter to pick him apart, to be honest. Someone who had high activity and wasn't afraid of his power. So I always saw so many holes in his game. So to me, it wasn't that surprising that someone finally gave him some good work.
If you do fight, what weight would it be at?
195.
Oh, wow. So he would go all the way from 40 to 95?
Yeah, I mean, it would be an exhibition.
Okay. But, and so what does that mean? Is that 3-minute rounds?
Yeah, 10 3-minute rounds.
And when you say exhibition, like, what are the restrictions on that?
No restrictions, just the fact that like we couldn't actually get it professionally sanctioned.
Okay. Is that still of interest to you? Like, if he wins the rematch and you beat Julio, is that of great interest to you later this year?
For sure.
But Jake's skills aren't on the same level technically. Tank is counting on that, ready to show that skill and speed can beat size every time.
Skill for skill, none of these guys can mess with me. Like, nobody. Like, I feel like my skills is way better than like Floyd. Like, if I'm on my game. You feel, well, yeah, I take that back. Probably hand in hand. But skill wise, nobody on TV that's fighting right now have more skills than me. Nobody. Like, talking about top to bottom list of fighters that's fighting on TV.
Tank believes speed, timing, and precision are his biggest advantages. But Jake isn't a rookie. He's been training hard for years. Plus, after beating Mike Tyson in July, his confidence is sky high.
I am looked at by these younger kids as, this is all we know.
Done.
As a boxer, he's the best.
Whether you liked it or not, that win showed one thing. Jake Paul can both take a hit and deliver one hard. Now, he's setting his sights on the toughest fighter under 140 pounds, Tank Davis.
Tank was looking past Roach, and he wanted that Jake Paul fight, which I think Jake Paul would have beaten. Jake is way too big. Tank is 5'5", 135, soaking wet. Y'all think Tank is too small for 140. He ain't beating no heavyweight. I'm not joking. I don't think he would have hurt Jake. He would have to jump up to reach. I don't think he would have hurt him. I tell you this, it would have gone the distance, and people would have been laughing their asses off, and it wouldn't have been good for Tank's brand. I tell you that. That fight would have went the distance. Soon as 5'5" Tank is looking at a 6'2", 6'3" Jake Paul, y'all would be like, hold, wait a second. And Jake Paul be on spread out paws with that arm out and stepping back. And bro, I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you. But that's cap, fine. We'll never get to fight anyway. So we'll never know.
Talk is already swirling that the fight could happen in Las Vegas, or even Saudi Arabia. 2 spots ready to back the massive hype with big budgets. Major streaming platforms like Netflix, DAZN, and ESPN Plus are all showing interest. This isn't just a fight anymore. It's a full-on event.
If you do fight, what weight would it be at?
195. It would be an exhibition.
Okay, so it was going to be an exhibition, not sanctioned, but no restrictions. You can knock each other out and shit like that. It was going to be at a catch weight of 195 pounds, 10 rounds, 3 minutes. I've been trying to figure this out. Why was I a Tank hater for wanting to see Tank go up 5 pounds to get some smoke with like Teofimo Lopez or something? I just wanted to see him go up 5 pounds and fight Teofimo Lopez. And all of you were saying, you want Tank hurt, Showbiz. You a hater. You want him hurt. Then I'm convinced, okay, he's too small, but he can fight Jake at 195?
No titles at stake, no rankings involved, just 2 men with a score to settle. And one viral slap that blew everything up.
Gervonta Davis just posted that he would beat the brakes off of you if you guys fight.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be down. Let's run it. Like, I'll be super, super down. I don't know if
Gervonta needs Jake Paul. Let's be clear, right?
Is there a height limit in boxing?
For Tank, this fight goes beyond Jake. It's about ending the madness and bringing respect back to boxing. After weeks filled with media storms, his Dubai mansion raid, talk of deportation, drama with Calvin Ford, and now this, he knows the world is watching.
Something is definitely going on between Calvin Ford and Gervonta Davis. Now, we all seen that knockdown in the 9th round, but what you probably didn't see is what happened after that in between rounds. Check this out. Coach Barry Hunter trained Tank for this fight with Lamont Roach, not Calvin Ford. A lot of people were saying that this performance has something to do with that. So, is something really going on between Calvin Ford and Tank Davis? Check out what Tank had to say.
No, I wasn't really paying attention to the crowd. You know what I mean? I was more so. It's something we gotta work on in the corner, for sure.
Now, with a rematch quietly set just weeks before the Jake Paul showdown, the pressure on Tank is intense. 2 fights, 2 very different styles, and 1 mistake could ruin everything. If Roach comes in sharper, smarter, and more aggressive, and Tank even slightly underestimates him, all the momentum for November could fall apart.
Rematches that you fought? 0. What do you have to do to create enough separation where this don't happen again?
Whew, that's a good question. It's going to be based on my training camp. I have to push myself a little harder. If that didn't give me the win, and I have room. I definitely have room. I'm not going to lie, I have room.
You believe you fought the best Gervonta, or do you think he got some more gears?
100% for a fact. I think he might have some more gears, but I fought the best Gervonta that night. I don't want people to get it misconstrued or whatever the case may be. He's a hell of a fighter. Hell of an IQ, great punching power, good speed, and a really good boxing ability. A lot of people underrate that. Don't think because of what I did, y'all think y'all can just go in there and think y'all can have the same night, you know what I'm saying, or do the same thing. He still will go upside your head and crack you, and you know what I'm saying, you might end up on the floor. Everybody not built the same, and that's what people getting messed up. He did a whole lot of things that was good in that fight, a whole lot. And I'm telling you right now, if he wasn't as good of a fighter as he was, that would have been, you know what I'm saying? I would have steamrolled. Don't get that misconstrued. He's still the guy he is. It's just he ran into a guy that's on the same level.
But if Tank crushes Roach, rolling over him like a freight train, then the Jake Paul fight turns into the ultimate finale of a fierce comeback.
Lamont, it was like he was there, but he wasn't like there for real. Like when you watch all the other fights, you can see like his eyes just look different. When he walked into the ring with Lamont, it was just like, yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, because you heard in the press conferences, he was just saying he was just real irritated. He didn't really seem like
He just felt like I think he just trained just to get by. I think he trained to just do 12 rounds. You know what I mean? The Tink that I know, the kid that you punch him in the face, he go crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or if I'm down on the scorecards, I'm gonna go out and go get it. I didn't see it that fight, and I understand it too. When us as fighters, when you get to a certain point in life, sometimes you just don't want to do it.
Yeah.
It was a good night for the sport, Tank said. I didn't get the decision I wanted, but it wasn't a loss either. I felt like I won the last few rounds, so it's all good. Lamont's a tough fighter, and hopefully, I get that rematch because I know what I'm capable of in the ring.
Something funny. When we was talking in like the 12th round, I think the 12th or 11th, we was talking shit, right? But he like, you ain't gonna win. I said, why not? What you talking about? He like, they ain't gonna give it to you. I said, oh, is that right? So, you know, that's how boxing works. It's sad to say, you know, that's how boxing works. I'm not like totally upset. I figured with a superstar, you won't get too much on paper. But I damn sure thought I had it. Especially when they announced the score for him. I was like, oh, they gonna give me a split decision win. I was like, oh yeah. I was like, oh shit, there it go. But as soon as I heard that 114, I was just like, damn, all right, it's over with. So yeah, man, it's just crazy. I ain't gonna lie. It's okay. We gonna run it back.
That's it for today's video. If you liked it, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and ring the bell so you never miss our new videos. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Stay tuned, and we'll see you next time.